Welcome, everyone. My name is Anayana White, and I'm the Communications Manager at the Cancer-Free Economy Network. We're a national network of organizations and individuals that have come together to prevent cancer by driving an equitable transition away from toxic substances in our lives and communities, because no one should get sick because of cancer-causing chemicals in the places they live, learn, work, and play. Today's event is part of our Move for Cancer Prevention week-long fundraiser during National Minority Cancer Awareness Week ending on Earth Day Saturday. If you're participating in the Move-a-thon, today's webinar counts as 2.4 miles moved. Our Move for Cancer Prevention events are made possible by generous contributions from our sponsors, including Naturepedic, Mom Remedy, The Very Good Bra, Bug Bite Thing, and authors Gay Brown and Christina Marusik. Today's Move for Cancer Prevention theme is Healthy People Equals Healthy Planet. And today's sponsor is Gay Brown, author of Living with a Green Heart. Donated books will go to a few top-tier fundraisers, so we hope you'll join the Move-a-thon. Now I'd like to introduce today's instructor. Em is an Academy of Breath certified instructor based in Pittsburgh. Em's take on breathwork focuses on the nervous system to combat stress and anxiety and contribute to overall well-being. With that, I'll turn it over to Em.
Thank you for that introduction. Again, my name is Em. I'm a certified breathwork instructor, and I coach people one-on-one and in group settings as well, both in person and virtually. We felt breathwork really tied into today's theme regarding air pollution because just thinking about the air we breathe. Obviously, a lot needs to change in terms of policies and business practices, but breathwork can help us on an individual level to stay healthy. Knowing how to breathe properly may even allow us an extra layer of filtration. So let me explain. Knowing most people breathe through their chest only. So they're only using about 1/3 of the lung capacity that we could use. And it's actually a lot harder on the body to breathe that way. We tend to take short, shallow breaths and a lot more inhales than is actually needed. So when you breathe the natural breath, a proper breath, you're going to have a lot shorter of an inhale and longer of an exhale. Breathing in through the belly first is the way you should be breathing. So the breath will enter the belly first, then move up to the rib cage, and only the chest last. That allows us to take a full breath, and it makes it easier for us to also breathe through our nose, which is the point of that I'm trying to make, is that if you breathe through your nose, you're going to just have way more filters than if you inhale through your mouth. The nose, just simply put, just has internal filters that the mouth and throat don't have. So we want to be inhaling through the nose. And when you exhale, you can either exhale through the nose or the mouth. It doesn't matter. So that's kind of the basics and an introduction. Before we get started, I wanted to let everybody know we will be doing some journaling, optional journaling throughout the presentation. So if you want to run and grab a journal, or you can also use the Notes app on your computer, whichever works for you, but definitely have some sort of note-taking ability and a glass of water near you. So I'll give you a minute to get those items. While people are grabbing, so feel free, if you have any questions so far, you can enter them in the chat. And while people are thinking of that, I want to practice the breath I just described. We call it the natural breath. So again, that's inhaling through your nose, filling the belly first, then the ribs and the chest last. So let's take a few practice rounds, maybe putting your one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. That often helps just for a visual. You can feel your belly expanding. The rib cage is a little harder to feel but you'll feel the belly, you'll feel the rib cage with practice, and you'll definitely feel the chest as well. So go ahead and put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And start by taking a slow inhale through the nose, feeling the belly expand, then the rib cage, then the chest, maybe a slight hold at the top before slowly exhaling, feeling everything deflate at once. Another couple like that. Inhale through the nose. And a slow exhale. It can be open mouth, closed mouth, whatever feels best for you on the exhales. One more like that. And when you're ready, you could put your hands back down into your lap and open your eyes. And just notice how different even a few breaths made you feel just now. Doing this again will, as I said, will help you to extend your exhales, which if you're using breathwork as a calming device, which I assume most people are when they come to breathwork, extending the exhale like that and using the belly on the inhale really helps to activate your parasympathetic nervous system and put you into a calmer state. That's all we had on the basic breath. Before we get started, are there any questions? Something? Doesn't look like there's any questions. So we can go ahead and get started. For today's practice, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing journaling interspersed. We're going to start with a little bit of really gentle movement just in our chairs. It's always good to kind of move a little bit before you sit and breathe. And then after we do the movement and journaling, we'll go into 2 different breathwork practices that are great for calming you down and also for building lung strength. So if you're ready, go ahead and grab your journal out. We're actually going to start with that. I want you to journal out how your body feels right now and how you feel emotionally right now. And then if there's any spot in the body specifically that you're feeling, whatever you're feeling, note down the body part. I'll give you just 30 seconds here to jot this down. Write down anything as well, any worries, any stress that you've encountered today. Write it down so you can forget about it during the session. Take a few seconds to just brain dump and get all of that out. Go ahead and finish up your thought. And when you're ready, get into a comfortable seat. Just remember the natural breath that we took. But in the meantime, I want to start with a little bit of movement. Starting with the arms, reach one arm up and then place it down in your lap. And then opposite arm up, down, just like that. Just switch arms. Just get the blood flowing. If you want to do a little side stretch, you can. But if not, just straight up and down. Remembering to breathe through your belly. And then stretch it forward and backwards. So in front of you, behind you. If balance is an issue, make sure you're just staying straight in your chair. If not, you can do a little stretch forward and backward. Now do side to side, reach. You can add a little bend if you want to, or you can just reach your arm straight out, left and right. And then wrists up, down, down. You can do circles. That feels good. Just make sure you're going both ways. Really stretch out, gently stretch out the wrists. And when you feel like that's good, go ahead and place your arms back into your lap or on your chair. And take one natural breath in through the nose, filling the belly, rib cage, chest. And then a slow exhale. I want you to note just how you feel after that initial movement. You can write it down if you want to, or just take a mental note. Just think about how different you feel after less than 3 minutes of movement. How does this compare to what you were feeling before we started, when we just had taken a few breaths? Just note any changes. And we're going to do a tad bit more movement. This time, we're going to link it to our breath. So I want you to use both arms to reach up as you inhale, and then behind you as you exhale. So inhale and exhale. Slowing down your breathing. It's going to feel really slow on your body. But I encourage you to let your breath, the speed that your breath wants to go, let that dictate your body instead of having your body and your mind dictating how fast or slow you breathe. Let's do some shoulder. Inhale on the up and exhale on the down. So shoulder rolls, inhale and exhale. Turn the other way. And then we'll end with our neck. You're going to want to inhale as you look down. Exhale as you come to center. Inhale as you go back. Exhale, center. And then inhale to one side. Exhale, center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, center. Do a few of those at your own pace. Remembering to inhale through the belly. Slow exhales, slower than you want to go. Go ahead and come to a stopping point. Still your body. And just take a few seconds to not think about your breathing. I'm going to explain the practices. We're going to do two. The first is called coherent breath. And the second, a lot of you have probably done, is called equal ratio breathing or box breath. So for coherent breath, you're going to basically just make the inhales and exhales of equal length. So you will inhale through your nose for a certain count, and then exhale also through your nose for this one, for the same count. So usually we start with 4 or 5. You can go up to 7, whatever feels more comfortable with your body, or 3. For today, I will guide you in a 4 count inhale, 4 count exhale for the first minute or so, and then I will let you do your own counts for the second minute. So that's coherent. For equal ratio breathing, I'll review this again as we get there, but just so you all know, equal ratio breathing is really similar to coherent, except there's an equal count hold in between each. So you will inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold again for a count of 4. Again, you can play with the counts and do whichever feels best for you, but that's where I recommend most people start. So you can think of equal ratio as kind of a box. So you inhale up the side, you hold at the top, exhale down one side, and hold again at the bottom, and then repeat that. That is 1 round. So again, I will explain that as we get there, but let's start with coherent breath. I really like this just for it immediately calms you down. It's really great for just immediate stress relief if you need that. So we all need that. So let's go ahead and begin. Get again into a comfortable seat. You can either put your hands in your lap, palms down or palms facing up, whichever is best, or you can always put one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And if at any point any of these breathing practices don't work for you, you can always just go back to the natural breath. So go ahead and get your arms in whichever position feels best for you. Close your eyes, and let's start by taking a few natural breaths. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth, not worrying about counting. Just letting your belly rise and fall at the speed that it wants to go. And at the end of your next one, we're going to begin coherent breath. Starting with an inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 Remembering to fill the belly on the inhale and slow exhales. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Do another minute or so at your own pace, and I'll tell you when it's time to stop. Finish up your last round here. And when you're ready, go ahead and tilt your chin down. Slowly blink open your eyes. And before you come back to the screen, look to the left, to the right. Just familiarize yourself with your surroundings before we get back to our next practice. And again, feel free to drop any questions you have at this point into the chat. Before we move on to our equal ratio breathing, I just want to summarize that again. So equal ratio will be similar to coherent breath, which is what we just did, except with a 4-count hold in between each inhale and exhale. So again, you can think of it as a box. You inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for another 4. Equal ratio is also good for stress relief. And I use it a lot as a tool, especially with athletes, to build lung strength. So it's really good. The holds especially are really good for you building up your lung strength. So keep that in mind. It's a really good practice for everyone to do. If there aren't any questions, looks like there's no questions, so we will go ahead and get started. Similar to coherent breath, you can, for this practice, you can put your arms in your lap, you can put one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and just close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Taking a few natural breaths, again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. I will guide you through the first minute or so and then let you do another minute on your own at your own pace. We will begin with the inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale. Do the next few rounds at your own pace. Jumping down to 3 if that feels better, up to 5, whatever pace feels best to you. Just remembering to keep inhaling by filling that belly. And go ahead and finish up your last round. Come to a stopping point. Keep your eyes closed. Letting your breath just naturally go at whatever pace it wants to go right now. Don't worry about counting anymore. Just breathe. Noticing where in your body you may feel different from before we started. And only when you're ready, you can tilt your chin down like we did before, blinking open your eyes as you're looking down, maybe look left to right. Slowly coming back to your surroundings and to the screen last. So that is the breathwork practice. I'd love to hear how you're feeling. If you want to say anything in the chat, maybe you can describe how you're feeling in a word or a phrase, but I'd be curious to hear how people are responding to this. And also let me know if there are any questions before we get into the journal, last journal section. Refreshed, relaxed, lighter. Love that. Love to hear that. Okay. So we'll take about 5 minutes or so to journal a bit. I have 3 questions for you, and we'll go through them one by one. But the first one is, how do you feel physically? I know I kind of prompted that while we were breathing at the end, but write down how you feel physically. Can you note in your body where you feel this? And maybe spend a few minutes comparing it to your answer to the same question at the start of class. I'll give you about a minute for this one. Go ahead and finish up your last sentence, and remember that you can come back to these prompts after the session if you have more that you want to write about. Our next question is, did any thoughts specifically come to your mind while doing this practice? Did you have any realizations? No is okay. Just what came up in your mind? We just read about our body, but what came up in your mind during this practice? Go ahead and take about a minute or so to think about that. Go ahead and wrap up your last sentence, again, knowing you can come back to these questions. Let's move on to our last question, which is, what is one or any takeaways that you maybe had from this session that you want to bring into your daily life? Go ahead and spend a few minutes writing down if there's anything that you want to incorporate into your life after this. Okay, go ahead and wrap up that last thought. And again, you can come back to these, but that is the end of our practice. I appreciate everyone practicing with me today. I'm going to stick around for any questions. And I had a few announcements to make. The first one was that tomorrow is the last day to raise funds, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I noted that, and that this class, if you are tracking your miles, counts for 2.4 miles moved. So I will stay on, but if not, if there are any questions, I appreciate you all attending. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Em. Just a reminder that everyone, donations made today through Earth Day on Saturday will also be doubled thanks to a generous anonymous sponsor. Check out our Move for Cancer Prevention events page. There's one more event happening on Saturday with the NAACP. And if you feel inspired to support our work, please consider creating your own Move for Cancer Prevention fundraising page and tell your friends there is still time. Thank you all for joining us today. And thank you again, Em. And have a great day, everyone. If there aren't any questions, nope, everyone enjoyed it. Thank you.
We do have, I think we had somebody raise their hand. I'm gonna just stop the recording and we can unmute people.
Thank you.